everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I have my predictions for Star Wars The Bad Batch episode 27, aka season 2 episode 11. Now this episode's title, Metamorphosis, is quite vague in my opinion, but I think I have an idea of what it's going to be about. Personally, it's going to follow on, in my opinion, from episodes 7 and 8 with the recruitment defense bill, and I think we're going to start to see the Grand Army of the Empire, feels weird to say that, transition into the Imperial Stormtrooper Corps quite heavily. Like, I know it started to happen slightly, but I think in this episode we are going to see it properly start to take hold. Clones are going to be laid off a lot more, going to see a lot more human recruits come in, and yeah, because let's face it, this season hasn't had that much from the Empire. Which, in my opinion, isn't great, because this is literally a show about a clone squad adapting to life under the Empire, which we've barely seen this season. So I do think we need to start getting some more Imperial content, like, now. Otherwise, well, we are running out of episodes quite quickly, and there's still a full story arc left from the end of Season 1 that hasn't even been touched, and that is, of course, the cloners from Kamino being taken to this mountain clone facility. That hasn't been touched since that last scene at the end of Season 1, so I'm hoping that starts to be touched on a bit in these final few episodes, but honestly, we just haven't had much Imperial content this season, and I do think this is the point where we're going to start seeing some of that, and I think first they are going to tackle the recruitment defense bill and how it's actually going to work. Like, we know that the clones are going to be laid off very quickly by the Empire and eventually get very quickly replaced by the Stormtroopers, but I actually want to see that transition happen and how it actually affects the clones in the immediate aftermath, because sure, we saw that one clone in Obi-Wan Kenobi on the streets, which was an absolute tragedy in my opinion, but we never saw how he got to that point. Like, what happened? How badly did the Empire fumble this? That's what I want to see in this episode, and maybe even over the next couple of episodes, because I don't know what they've got planned for the Empire for the rest of the season, but I really hope we do get something, because as I said a couple of weeks ago, we still haven't seen Crosshair since episode 3. Nor Commander Cody. Two massive characters, and we haven't seen either of them for almost 6 weeks. So I'm really hoping and praying that this week we do finally see some form of Imperial story about the clones being laid off by the Empire and getting very, very hastily replaced by the Stormtroopers, because I just know that the Empire are going to rush the hell out of this, because, let's be honest, that's what they always do. Starship design, rush. Death Star, they would have rushed it if there wasn't a massive delay in the plans, but still, the Empire don't take their time with things, and I do want to see how they dealt with the clones and the Stormtroopers. So I think that's what this episode's going to be about. Like, that's my only guess for the title. But yeah, oh, speaking of The Mandalorian, I have decided that I'm not going to do predictions and overviews for it, because I didn't cover Season 1 and 2 at all. So instead, I'm going to treat it like I treat Star Trek. So I'm going to give my thoughts of the first episode when I do my overview for this week's Bad Batch episode. Then I'm going to do one for episode 4, and then episode 8, which will round out Season 3. So I'm not going to do regular predictions and overviews for The Mandalorian Season 3, because I haven't touched Seasons 1 and 2 at all. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on that front as to what's happening with that, because I did mention that I was going to think about that, and that's a decision I've personally come to. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for this week's predictions for Star Wars The Bad Batch. So please, like this video, subscribe to mine and Roxanne's channels. Her link is in the description. My sub button is down there. Please click both of our sub buttons, then bell icons, to get both sets of our notifications. Comment as well, because why the heck not, and let me know what you think's going to happen in tomorrow's episode of The Bad Batch. Once you've done that too, please follow me on my social medias. That'll be in the link tree in the description. Below that's going to be Roxanne's website. And lastly, please do share this video with all of your friends so they can join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around and around and around that loop. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Goodbye!